So about a month ago, I released this proof of concept for a feature flag system built in ColdFusion, or more specifically Lucy CFML. And the way this admin works is it performs full page refreshes for every operation. So if we look at the network activity down here, you can see that when I go into a feature flag detail, it's a full page refresh. When I add a rule, it's a full page refresh. Even when I do things like adding a user test, again, all of these are full page refreshes. If I add a value, full page refresh. Let's cancel out of this because over the last month, I've been dribbling effort into rebuilding this administrative UI using Angular 14 to create a richer, more seamless experience. So let's jump over into this other tab to see how that works. So this is a frame set. On the left side, I have the user-facing public site, and on the right frame here, I have my new Angular 14 based administrative module. And let's take a look here. So we have different email addresses, example, Acme. We have a couple of different feature flags, log levels, and a product related feature flag. And you can see how these users are being targeted for these feature flags. So right now, let's look at log levels. So everyone's getting error, and that's because there are no rules here and the fall through variant is error. And you can see I have some routing here in the Angular 14 app. I can go to settings, danger zone for deleting feature flags. I can view all feature flags. I can create a feature flag. Let's cancel out of this. Let's just go back into the log levels and let's start to mess with some of the targeting. So first, let's just try changing this to info and updating. And you can see immediately everybody over here gets info, but we don't necessarily want that. So maybe we go back to error and let's just update that again. Immediately changes. And let's start to add a rule. So first we're going to do a user key test. So this is going to test the unique identifier for a user. And we're going to say if it's one of 1 or 2, then we want those users to get debug. And let's go ahead and update that. And you can see immediately these 2 users got debug. Well, maybe we want everyone from Acme to get info. So let's add another rule. And let's say this is a user property test, and we'll say email ends with @acme.com, and they're going to get info. And let's update that. And you can see immediately everyone from Acme gets info. And at any point I could disable targeting altogether, which means that we're going to use the fall through variant ref instead of the rules. And you can see everybody reverts back here to error. And yeah, I mean, there's way too much code to actually go into any of this, but I just wanted to showcase the fact that I had rebuilt this now as a Angular 14 app. The code here has much to be desired. I'm definitely very rusty with Angular 14, and there's a lot of probably common standards that I don't agree with. For example, I prefer promises over reactive.js, and I like to do my data loading inside my components instead of inside route guard. So you're probably going to find a lot of stuff that you don't agree with. But it was a lot of fun kind of dipping my toe back into the Angular pool and getting the TypeScript compiler to agree with the highly dynamic nature of these feature flags. So anyway, this was a lot of fun. Check out the code, see if there's anything that's interesting, see if there's anything you want to provide some constructive criticism about. I'm definitely all ears.